James Franco is one of the celebrities who has been in the limelight for a very long time. Lately, he has had one scandal after the other. Many people have come out to say all kinds of words about him, and at the same time also judging him. James Franco scandals. These scandals have affected both his social and private life. He has lost his job and had companies draw their support from him. When it comes to his private life, his wife left him and at some point filed for a divorce. This is all because of the sexual harassment cases that are following him. But lately his case has taken a new turn. As part of the settlement, actor James Franco agreed to pay $2.2 million to settle a complaint alleging fraud and sexual harassment. In 2019, James and his production firm agreed to dispute all of the claims of fraud and sexual harassment leveled against him. To settle a lawsuit alleging that he coerced acting students to perform more graphic sex scenes on camera, James Franco and his connected firms have agreed to pay $2 million. The terms of the settlement were revealed in court documents made public on Wednesday. A judge in Los Angeles is currently reviewing the proposed accord. Sarah Tyler Kaplan and Tony Gall, two former students in Franco's acting class, started the case in October 2020 with the hashtag #MeToo. The campaign has exposed a wide range of indecent behavior in Hollywood and elsewhere. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for alleged sexual abuse to be the topic of a potential class. Prior to the hashtag #MeToo movement, Franco had been chastised for inappropriate behavior with young women. Even after learning her age, he used Instagram in 2014 to ask a 17-year-old British girl he met in front of a New York theater for the location of her hotel and if he should reserve a room. One of the complainants said. Those conversations were eventually made public on the internet. "I'm embarrassed and I guess I'm just a model of how social media is tricky," Franco said in response. Returning to the matter at hand, the lawsuit filed by two former students in Franco's drama class claimed that those who were instructed by Franco at studios for film schools in New York and Los Angeles were duped by the Oscar nominees. A legal team followed a demur in early March, requesting that 3 grounds of action against their client be dismissed. Deborah Laura DeYoung and Gene Williams, Franco's lawyers, applauded the hashtag #MeToo and Times of Movements, but called the women's complaint a travesty of justice. Franco founded Studio 4 in Los Angeles with his business associate Vince Jolivet, who was also mentioned in the case, as was Franco's production firm, Rabbit Bandini Productions. In 2017, the school was closed, and as to the lawsuit, we still don't know how it will affect Franco's long-term career. Franco has featured in the HBO series The Deuce, which ended in 2019, and directed several films, such as the unreleased indie drama. James Franco legal team having a hard time. It appears that Franco's legal team is doing all possible to help the actor out with the lawsuit. According to court papers made public on Wednesday, James Franco and his production business partners agreed to pay $2.2 million to resolve fraud and sexual harassment charges filed by his former acting pupils. When settlements are reached, the terms are usually kept private, but this is not always the case when the vehicle is a class action. In such cases, a judge must consider the reasonableness of the settlement for individuals who profit but do not present in court as part of the settlement deal, which is yet to be confirmed by a judge. Franco, his partners, and Rabbit Bandini Productions denied breaching any laws and maintained that they did not violate any laws, made no false representation to students, and that they provided students with all services and benefits promised to them. They also refuted all of the accusations of sexual harassment and exploitation made in the 2019 complaint. Defendants have concluded that any further defense of the action would be protracted and expensive for all parties, and that substantial amount of defendants' time, energy, and resources have been, and would continue to be devoted to the defense of asserted claims. The settlement filed on June 24th in Los Angeles County Superior Court states, although defendants contend they are not liable for any of the claims alleged, they have agreed to settle in the manner and upon the terms of the proposed agreement. On Wednesday, the Los Angeles Times was the first to disclose the settlement. Sarah Tyler Kaplan and Tony Gall filed the complaint in October 2019, alleging that the school misled acting students by stating that its master courses would provide them with auditioning chances. Instead, they said that in some of Franco's sessions, they were pushed to act partially or totally naked and simulated sex scenes on video, which he viewed to pick candidates. It went on to state that the class began with encouraging female student actors to appear topless, then perform in sex scenes, then orgies and gratuitous full nudity, without the specific requirements and restricted sets that are industry standards for filming sex scenes. They were also asked to give away the rights to tape recordings during the classes. According to court records, a portion of the $894,000 payment would be used to address sexual exploitation accusations. Tipper Kaplan received $670,500 in this case, minus $223,500 in legal expenses. On the other hand, Gall will receive $200,000, exclusive of $74,500 for legal fees, and the other pupils would receive about two-thirds of the remaining. James Franco's studio being closed. Franco has also agreed to non-economic conditions for the individual claimant, although that is still undercover due to a petition that Kaplan and Gall's attorney didn't initially reply to. The complaint was filed in response to a 2018 Los Angeles Times article in which 5 women alleged the Oscar-nominated actor of inappropriate sexual and coercive behavior. Tyler Kaplan was one of these women, and she said the school fostered a culture of abusing women and made them feel replaceable. Violet Paley, another of the young women, told BuzzFeed News that Franco forced her to have oral sex with him. Both Kaplan and Gall will be required to relinquish claims as part of the settlement, while the other students will be required to drop fraud claims against the star. Those who are enrolled in the class would have a few months to opt out. Unclaimed funds would be donated to the National Women's Law Center. The agreement also forbids any of the lawsuit's participants from making any comments about it other than those mentioned in the settlement, while defendants continue to deny the allegations. In the complaint, they acknowledge that plaintiffs have raised important issues, and all parties strongly believe that now is a critical time to focus on addressing the mistreatment of women in Hollywood. The court filing states all agree on the need to make sure that no one in the entertainment industry, regardless of sex, race, religion, disability, ethnicity, background, gender, or sexual orientation, faces discrimination, harassment, or prejudice of any kind. When requested for a response, Franco's attorneys forwarded the press statement that was included in the statement. According to court documents, the agreement came following 2 days of arm's-length mediation meetings in the case of June and August 2020. As part of the case, about 50 former students and performers were questioned. The claims against Franco have sparked considerable backlash in the business, particularly among actors who have previously collaborated with him. Charlene, who collaborated with Franco on the disaster, called out Frank's behavior in an Instagram post. Seth Rogen, who has collaborated with Franco on several occasions, told the Sunday Times in May that he had no intentions to collaborate with him again. Rogen did not specify whether he believed the claims, simply that he despised abuse and harassment. "I would never cover or conceal the actions of someone doing it or knowingly putting someone in a situation where they were around someone like that," he said. With the compensation agreement reached earlier this year, this is a big setback for Franco, who is most known for his comedy with Seth Rogen, such as Sausage Party. Franco has also directed a number of films starring Rogen, including Disaster, Artist Saul, and Zeroville. Busy Phillips covered Seth Rogers' breakup with James Franco, as well as some of the less savory parts of her early years working in Hollywood, during a recent appearance on the Daily Beast Last Lap podcast. When asked if she was surprised, Phillips said she was unsure, but it's funny that they were really close and had a very tight relationship, and so I don't have any information, she said. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of our videos in the future. Remember to comment and share the video. And leave your comments down below in the comment section. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you will love them. With that, I will see you in the next video.